Into our town the hangman came, smelling of gold, blood, and flame. He paced our bricks with a different air, built his frame on the courthouse square. The scaffold stood by the courthouse side, only as wide as the door was wide. A frame as tall or a little more than capping still of the courthouse door. We wondered, whenever we had the time, who the criminal, what the crime. The hangman judged, with the yellow twist of knotted hemp in his busy fist. And innocent though we were, with dread we passed those eyes of buckshot lead, till one cried, "Hangman, who is he, for whom you raise the gallows tree?" Then a twinkle grew in the buckshot eye, and he gave us a riddle instead of a reply. "He who served me the best shall earn the rope on the gallows tree." And he stepped down and laid his hands on a man who came from another land. We breathed again for another's grief. At the hangman's hand was our relief. The gallows frame on the courthouse lawn, by tomorrow the sun would be struck and gone. So we gave him away, and no one spoke, out of respect for his hangman's cloak. The next day, the sun looked mildly down on the roof street in our quiet town, and stark and black in the morning air, the gallows tree on the courthouse square. The hangman stood at his usual stand, with the yellow hemp in his busy hand, with his buckshot eye and jaw like a pike, and his air so knowing and businesslike. And we cried, "Hangman, have you not done yesterday with the alien one?" Then we fell silent and stood amazed. Oh, not for him was the gallows raised. He laughed a laugh as he looked at us. "Did you think I'd be gone to all this fuss? To hang one man, that's a thing I do. To stretch the rope when the rope is new." Then one cried, "Murder!" One cried, "Shame!" And into the midst the hangman came. "To that man's place do you hold," said he, "with him that was meet for the gallows tree." And he laid his hand on the one's arm. We shrank back in quiet alarm. We gave him way, no one spoke, out of fear of his hangman's cloak. That night we saw with dread surprise the hangman's scaffold had grown in size. Fed by the blood beneath the chute, the gallows tree had taken root, now as wide or little more than the steps that led to the courthouse door, as tall as the writing or nearly tall, halfway up the courthouse door. The third he took, we all heard tell, was usurer an infidel. "And what," said the hangman, "have you to do with the gallows bound, and he a Jew?" We cried out, "Is this one he who served you well and faithfully?" The hangman smiled. "It's a clever scheme to try the strength of the gallows beam." The fourth man's dark, accusing song had scratched our comfort hard and long. What concern, he gave us back, have you for the doomed in the black? The fifth, the sixth, we cried again, "Hangman, is this the man?" "It's a trick," he said. "We hangmen know, for easing the trap springs slow." So we ceased, asked no more, as the hangman tallied his bloody score. Sun by sun, day by night, gallows grew to monstrous height. The wings of the scaffold opened wide, till they covered the square from side to side. And the monster crossbeam, looking down, cast its shadows across the town. Then through the town the hangman came, and called the empty streets my name. I looked at the gallows, soaring tall, and thought, there's no one left at all for hanging, and so he calls to me to help pull down the gallows tree. I went out, right good hope, to the hangman's tree and the hangman's rope. He smiled at me as I came down to the courthouse square through the silent town. The supple and stretched in his busy hand was the yellow twist of the hemp and strand. He whistled his tune, tried the snap. It sprang down with a ready snap. Then a smile of awful command. He laid his hand upon my hand. You tricked me, hangman, I shouted then. That your scaffold was built for other men, and I am no henchman of yours, I cried. You lied to me, hangman. Fully lied. Then a twinkle grew in the buckshot eye. Lied to you? Tricked you? He said. Not I. For I answered straight. I told you true. The scaffold was raised for none but you. For who I served more faithfully than you wish your cowards hope, said he. And where are the others that might have stood side by side in the common good? Dead, I whispered, and aimfully. Murdered, the hangman corrected me. First the alien, then the Jew. I did no more than you let me do. Beneath the beam that blocked the sky, none had stood so alone as I. The hangman strapped me, and no voice there cried, stay, for me in the empty square.